So there, guys, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, good plan. Pause. It moved. Traps moved. It was in the wrong place.
It threw you off. I saw you looking around.
I was looking at you. See me, didn't you? Just looking around the screen, like, where the fuck is the Traps thing? Has that changed?
Yeah, stopwatch has gone weird.
It's got like when I poked the screen on the touch screen, it did like a blue like pulse around my finger.
Yeah.
Don't know if I like it or not. I feel violated.
It kept like repeating the same bit of instruction to me, which was really annoying. Like when I opened it, it said, "Press this button to make it go full screen." I went, "Okay, I've got it." Press this button to go full screen. I was like, "Okay, I've got it." Press this button to go full screen. I was like, "Oh, fuck off." Oh god, the cow situation.
The cow situation is not as bad as we think. We can swap that in a bit.
It's not as bad as we think. It's not as bad as we think. It could be worse.
It could always be worse. What were we doing? We haven't started that. Okay.
We didn't start the roof on there.
We have put the back door in the atelier.
Yeah. Oh god, last time you even said at the very end, Craig and Muscle said something.
Craig and Muscle said to put the back door in the atelier, which is what we've done.
Yeah, but last time you said he said something else.
No. That was the most recent thing we got out of him.
Ah. Well, I guess we could commit to the roof today and just start doing it.
We could certainly do that. What crap have we got in there?
I don't think there's anything else we actually need to do other than
storage in the freezer, but that can wait.
Yeah, well, we want to do that off camera.
I don't fancy that today.
We want to put the barrels in, and then we want to adjust them ourselves, because otherwise it'll be as big as that warehouse.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we know where everything is.
Did we decide on red roof on this one?
Yeah.
So if I... Oh god, now I've got to figure out... That's the layer with the windows on. So that's the layer with the blocks on. So that's the layer above the blocks.
There you go. It's the layer above the blocks. Block layer.
If I do... that. And then they'll start doing it. So we're going to need some red flowers.
A lot of red flowers.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we're putting atelier benches in as well. See where that blue's gone?
Well, oh yeah. Okay.
We're lining them up against there.
Furniture... Nope, not furniture. Yes, furniture. Not furniture. Utilities.
Utilities, yeah. That one there. Colour mixing bench. There we go.
Not racist.
Very racist.
Oh man, look at that beautiful roof getting made.
The roof.
Stone.
The roof.
Not great. Have we got a stone order?
Probably not, because a lot of them were building.
We could maybe dig a bit of this out. So, emulation, Velerious.
Emulation, indeed.
We, basically, me and Velerious played a lot of PlayStation and PlayStation 2 back in the day. Oops. And we have a hell of a lot of games kicking around for both consoles, but my PlayStation and PlayStation 2 are both dead. And your SNES doesn't work even, that's fucked.
Yeah, that got killed on the way back from Greece.
Yeah, the wire is all torn on that. So, so we dug out some emulators and sort of messed around with them, see if we could get any of them working and see what we could manage to play. And then we got... The SNES emulator works fairly well, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we had a bit of issue with one of the games with the second pad would always do something when it started, which was a bit weird.
The PS2 one sort of works.
My PS2 one works fantastically with the ones
Depends on the game.
Yeah.
I tried running Shadow Colossus on it, and because it's like... I mean, that was a hardcore game for the PS2 to run anyway.
It's the same way as, like, we've got a PlayStation one.
It's
now,
good.
Everything that I played on the PlayStation is kind of hit or miss with it working. Sometimes it'll break, sometimes it won't, things like that. But the worst thing is penny racers. It can't run penny racers at all.
Which penny racers? The first?
Yeah.
The good one?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
But on the PS2, that penny racers on there, the penny racers 2, that also don't work.
Oh.
Both penny racers are not optimised for it at all. They just stutter, they lag, they rip like pieces of scenery up.
I'll tell you what it made me realise.
That Tony Hawk's 3 is shit compared to Tony Hawk's 2.
Yes. The PS1 version of Tony Hawk's 3 is diabolical.
It's awful.
They should not have released that on that console. It could not handle it.
That's the kind of thing that if you release that on Steam...
There's no draw distance at all. It's awful. It's just blackness all around.
But it doesn't even look that much better. So
it doesn't even look better.
So what on earth did they fix up to make them go, right, we better turn the draw distance down? This is pretty heavy.
It was bad. It was really bad. That's sort of the death knell for the Tony Hawk's games, really.
No, you got Tony Hawk's Underground.
Yeah, Thug was okay. But even Thug wasn't fantastic. I sort of
getting
liked
off the
the
board, I
story
liked.
mode style
Yeah.
thing in there, but it was.
I liked
It
the
got
entire-
ridiculous. Like when you had to grind the entire fucking your home village right at the
Yeah.
end, and you had to go down the rails and everything, and the guy you're racing against has infinite grind and balance. So
Yeah.
it's like you basically got to race the most flawless line, trying desperately like to keep your balance, which is almost impossible.
I never seem to have an issue with that.
Oh, it was
Although
hard
then again,
as nails.
if you
mate.
ever got stuck, you just jump off, get off the board, run a bit forward, jump back on. That was the nicest thing. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that, and the switching up of the street tricks as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can just go all Rodney Mullen in the middle of a manual.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. Anyway, enough Tony Hawk's. What I was going to say is, what it taught me as we were looking through all the PlayStation games of what was good to play and stuff,
Is that not a single emulator is any good?
is that it's amazing how many good games were made by Konami back then.
Yeah. Interesting enough. It's
Track
like
and
games as well that
field.
you never looked at.
We played Track and Field like the other night for like hours, and it was like...
But the weird thing
Konami.
about that is, Konami made Track and Field, made Track and Field 2000. What else did they make that we played?
well,
was
they
a
made
bunch of
Zombies
others.
on the SNES, which we were chatting about.
Yeah.
They made... What was the other PlayStation game?
There was quite a few that we played that Konami came up for it.
What else did we play? Oh, Bishi
Bishi
Bashi. Bishi Bashi
made
was
Bishi
Konami
Bashi.
game.
There was something else though.
But yeah,
The
they
list just kept going
they
on.
just
and on.
used to make such good games. They made great games until they made Metal Gear,
Oh, by the way,
and that was the sort of the beginning of the end.
Metal Gear 1 works fantastically on a PS1.
Does it?
Mm.
Metal Gear 1 was amazing, and Metal Gear 2 was pretty good as well.
Suikoden's
But by
working
the
there as
time
well.
Metal Gear 2 came out, they'd sort of stopped making all these other awesome games. And they were just like, okay, now we're just making Metal Gear and Pro Evolution Soccer, and that's it. We're not going to do what else.
The one thing that it's taught me about these emulators, right, is that you never get an emulator that is just as good as booting up an old PlayStation.
No, it's always
If
better
you
just
have,
to have
if you have
console.
like a PlayStation yourself and boot it up, it'll always be better than an emulator. But at the same time, it's easier on an emulator because you can get the entire game library from certain sites and just, play them.
Although again, it was like problems with the multi-taps and stuff. I mean, the beautiful thing of having the console is we've got two multi-taps. You can just plug
Yeah.
them in and there you go. You know what I mean? Because we had all the gear from back in the day. We've even got link-up cables still. But we don't even have two fucking consoles to link up, you know what I mean? Plus we don't have two cathode ray TVs anymore either.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Well, some thingies work, some games, and some just kind of fall on their ass with the... The thing is, I can't even imagine it being the technology now. It's like some of the games that I get that have stuttering issues and things like that, it's literally just because I think they were so shit, the PC runs them so easily.
It's not necessarily that. You've got to remember, it's not that your PC can't run, because that's what people have said about the Shadow of the Colossus. It's not that your PC can't run it, it's the fact that you're still running it on essentially the PlayStation 2 OS.
Yeah.
And there's limits to what that itself can do. And that's what causes it to struggle with it, because it struggled with it as a console anyway. It was like barely within spec for the PS2 when it came out.
It just seems though, things like Penny Racers. Penny Racers we used to play all the time.
I played
fantastic.
the shit out of Penny
But when I
Racers.
put it on there, when it started stuttering and everything, I was just like, how on earth has it kind of got to this point?
Oh man, Penny Racers was a great game. I've still got loads of memory cards around that have got like saves for stuff like Penny Racers and Suikoden.
Breath of Fire 3.
Breath of Fire 3. Oh my god, that game. Breath of Fire 3 is a really good like first time play,
Yeah.
but it's not something I'd ever want to go back and play again.
It's rekindled my love for Monster Rancher.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Monster Rancher.
And then this morning I discovered something absolutely amazing.
What?
There's a Monster Rancher online.
Oh,
Yeah. With an actual community. There is people playing Monster Rancher right this second.
how does it work?
I have no clue. I literally was on Google typing in things about Monster Rancher and suddenly it went, obviously the golem does not appear in Monster Rancher Online. And I was like, oh.
You watch, it won't work anymore. It'll be from fucking donkeys years ago.
Well, by the looks of things, it had a community still active. So either the game's dead and they're still just sat on the forums crying about it.
Yeah,
or...
maybe. I'm not going to get my hopes up until
Yeah.
I see it.
But I bet you any money it doesn't use fucking discs. I bet you. I bet you any money. Because that was the main thing that made Monster Rancher amazing.
And then the other game we were playing that we fucking had a really good time on as well was Supersonic Racers.
Yeah. Supersonic Racers.
Supersonic Racers was a classic.
And again, I said they could have carried that on with all the characters they had and everything like that. They could have easily carried that on.
Yeah.
And they just never did.
Well, I think the company that did that got absorbed by EA.
No, God.
Which is probably, what happened to them.
Just EA's out there eating their Twinkies.
Mm.
I've absorbed you. You're mine now. Welcome to EA.
But that was a great game, you're right. It was a good IP.
Welcome to EA. Yay, can we still make awesome games and commune with the fans? No.
It's just that they don't make games that good anymore. You know what I mean? As far as co-op stuff goes, there were some classic games we played.
There was something we played, wasn't there, that EA made?
What did we play?
I can't remember, but I said to you, look at this, it's made by EA. Road Rash Jailbreak.
Oh, Road Rash, yeah.
And it's like, when you look at it, all the typing on it, everything like that, these sick bands and all this business, it's... Back then, that probably would have been hot shit.
Was he the actual developer, or did they just publish that?
As far as I know, they were a developer. It didn't come up with anyone else, I don't think. It just came up with EA.
Because I know they own the rights to Road Rash, but I didn't know if they actually developed it in-house or not.
But perhaps, maybe that was their last good game.
Well, no. To be fair to EA, the last good name to come out under the EA banner would be Mirror's Edge, the original Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, but people argue with that because Sims, technically, they can't really go wrong with that.
Except they do every fucking time.
Yeah, but as long as they
can't really go wrong with it. It's always fucked and buggy.
Yeah, but there's fans that love it. So as long as they keep bringing it out, they'll be happy.
Oh yeah, people will keep buying it.
Yeah. The same thing as Tropico.
Same with their fucking football games. You see their shares go up every fucking August because there's a new fucking FIFA on the way.
But it's like Calypso with Tropico. I mean, Tropico I've got this love-hate thing with, because there's bugs in it and everything like that. And then the new one that came out, I pre-ordered it, because multiplayer.
Yeah.
Boom. Multiplayer's been abandoned and is shit.
Same thing happened with Mafia, though, as well, didn't it, mate?
Mafia? No, right. No, they've got rid of that before even bringing it out.
I know. But again, it initially announced multiplayer.
What confuses me is there's so many games now, right, even by indie devs, that use multiplayer and use it correctly.
It's like if you can't fucking put multiplayer in your game, just don't bother releasing the game. Just fuck it. It's just not worth it anymore.
Especially when it goes on to
unless
PC, because everyone now has internet.
Unless it's designed around a single player experience, like the Tomb Raider, where it's like that's an adventure game and the multiplayer is a stupid add-on. Because why the fuck do you want a multiplayer shooter set in the Tomb Raider?
Well, that was the thing. It's like Mafia 2. Mafia 2 would not have worked as a multiplayer game. The story on that, the single player one, was so fucking good.
No, but Mafia 2, as a game genre, it's a GTA.
It's not,
but it is. That's essentially, you got your driving, you've got your open world city, you've got your missions that involve shooting. Well, I mean,
there were so many places that were closed off and things, and you had to do missions to get in there and things like that. There was quite a lot to Mafia that put it away from GTA because it was quite closed and everything.
But it's the same style of game.
In the streets. Well, yeah. But some games like that do go like that. Oh, like Dragon Age. Dragon Age is absolutely pathetic. That's a massive open world bloody place.
I don't like Dragon Age.
And that's like, it could have been multiplayer. I could have done that with my mates and gone on a massive adventure that would be amazing. Skyrim does the same thing.
I still wouldn't have liked it.
Skyrim is like, everyone loves it and everything like that. I played it, I got bored. Need someone else there just to do some shit with me. Borderlands did it right.
Skyrim
brought out the multiplayer in it, and it worked, and it was fun.
I haven't played Skyrim, but I probably would play it if it was multiplayer.
But the thing is, some games do kind of utilise on multiplayer, but also, if you've got a single-player game, stick some multiplayer in there. So, like, if people do want to play multiplayer, they can. If people want to play single-player, they can. I always find that's annoying, when they go one way or the other.
Things I don't understand why they had to drop the multiplayer for Mafia. How hard would it really have been to put it in?
Well, as I say, I think I imagine it would be the story.
Well, yeah, because we discussed this, and you said, you think it's probably like, because the cutscenes and the story and stuff, it won't make sense having two people there.
One person,
and I said, yeah, but I'd happily play the silent partner. You know what I mean? I don't care if I'm not in the cutscenes, if I'm just watching the story from your perspective. Don't bother me. It worked out, or they could do what Saints Row 2 did, where when you see the cutscenes, you see your character, I see mine. Do you know what I mean? Because that works perfectly in Saints Row.
I mean, to be honest, they could have done other things with Mafia.
Because I saw my character with my voice interacting with the things, and you weren't there, and then you saw exactly the opposite. And it was like we were both playing the story from our own perspective points of view, and we're both the main character.
It's so tied into the main story that in the new Mafia, you don't create a character anyway. You're given the character. And it's just like, live this guy's life. So, okay then. Don't know if I really want to do that. I always find that the hardest thing in games. Unless they've really developed that character, it's quite hard to live their life. Like Walking Dead, they gave you Lee. Now Lee, to be honest, you can really sympathise with everything that guy goes through. But then, you go in something like, what's a good game that actually goes along with this? That like, what is that game? I have a game that basically, they put you in the place of this big, strong guy that you've got to fight through things. And it's just, you don't feel anything towards this person. He gets like his ass kicked and you're just like, yeah, it's alright. You know what I mean, though? Where there's no kind of
You just can't relate
feelings to the character, yeah. And in Mafia 2, like, they had it build up from, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't played Mafia 2, but you should have done by now. But they have you coming back from the war.
Yeah.
And you see your sister and your mum and everything. And it's like you hear about your father and all this business. And you get all this kind of backstory coming into it at the same time. So you feel like you've lived this guy's life. Instead of just going, okay, here's this guy. He's come back from the war. He's a badass. Kill things. Okay, then.
Yeah, you've got to emotionally invest people in the character.
Because half the time, if you don't, then it's just...
Exactly.
It's not a ride. It's not a story.
But that's why being able to customise your character makes it so much more enjoyable. I mean, look how popular, like, Fallout is.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a fantastically good game, it's like, the fact that you can make your own dude pretty much however the hell you want.
To be fair,
People love it.
I've played Fallout, and I seem to think...
Why can I not...
maybe I have to do it the other way. Like, you know, start from the other side now, and then do the middle bit later.
Maybe I was on the wrong later.
Yeah, you might be on the wrong there. So yeah, the thing about Fallout, though, is it was better than the other Fallouts, in my opinion.
I just thought something, actually. Can I lay roof on roof here? Yeah, I can, okay.
Because, I personally, like, I didn't like the Fallout before this one. What was that? Fallout New Vegas?
New Vegas. Yeah. I didn't even play it. I bought it just to get the Pip-Boy in TF2.
Yeah,
and then never even installed it.
I tried to play it, and it's like, I got quite far in it, but it was just, every time I was playing it, I was like, I don't really fancy playing this.
I just have no interest. You know me, I'm not one for post-apocalyptic wastelands. I don't like Borderlands, I don't like Fallout. It's not my genre at all.
No surviving, though.
I like fantasy and maybe some sci-fi if it's done well. Like Mass Effect 1.
2.
Mass Effect 2 was okay.
All your characters die. Mass Effect 2 is
my main
so
gripe with Mass
heralded.
Effect 2 is that they couldn't even fucking fix the one bug.
What bug?
Where Conrad Werner, even if you were nice to him, thought you were bad to him in Mass Effect 1. Which sort of just, when I reached that moment and he was suddenly all massively pissed off with me, and I'm like, that's just killed my immersion now. That has really sort of pissed me off.
Well, you know, it was just the loading from a different save thing. It never fucking works.
Well, no, I mean, it worked perfectly except for that. I remembered all your options except for that one where it would always flag it as though you'd done it bad. I mean, you could download a third-party app that you could, like,
Put it this way,
tweak your save file with.
Did you know I've got 2 Walking Dead
really
Telltale saves on the first one?
Have you?
Because when I went into the second one and tried to load it, it wouldn't load it all.
Wow.
It wouldn't load any of my choices. So I had to replay the first game again after the update come out in order for me to basically get my choices in there.
Oh, mine worked fine.
I know.
That is weird.
Some people's did, but mine didn't. And imagine how pissed off you will be at that.
The other thing that pisses me off about the whole Mass Effect franchise is the fact that the third part didn't come out on Steam.
Yeah, well, you know. The thing is, you have to take Mass Effect for it. It's part 1, part 2,
like,
and that's it.
What kind of fucking idiot releases 2 parts of a trilogy on one platform and not the third part?
Yeah, but
it's like,
you know what was in their mind at the time. They were like, right, if we don't release this on Steam, all the fanboys will come over to Origin.
Yeah, which didn't happen.
Which didn't happen, no.
No.
They got quite a few
just
people.
Fucking ignored the shit.
They got quite a few people who bought it as well, and then like there was no ending because you had to pay DLC for that or something, and that pissed them off even more.
Which was another reason why I was like, well, I'm not even going to buy it off fucking Origin.
I still
because when you said, didn't they say if you bought it on Origin you could have a Steam copy like at one point, and I was like, nah, I just can't be arsed anymore.
I still find it
his business tactics are just shoddy as fuck, aren't they?
I find it absolutely hilarious that when you get Dead Space or Dead Space 2, all the guns that are DLC, Steam just gives it to you.
Yeah.
Just like, fuck EA. Here you go. Have your fucking guns. Fucking EA with his DLC for everything.
They really are the worst company. I don't know why everyone puts up with them. It's like, if we just all stopped buying fucking EA games, they'd be bankrupt in a couple of years.
Be bankrupt probably faster than that because they try and make more games to get more people in. Problem is, they always bring out games, do EA, that are like, you want them to be good. They're good concepts, but they're shitly done.
They're basically clickbait.
Yeah.
They announce something that sounds like it's going to be awesome and then fail to deliver spectacularly.
Well, it's like that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare where everyone loved it because it looked amazing. Oh my god, Plants vs. Zombies again.
And then it was shit.
And then it came out with all the DLCs.
Oh, guys, we're remaking Dungeon Keeper. But it's shit.
Every time they do it, it is literally just...
They are literally the clickbait of video games. But it works for them, just like in real life. Like fucking, you know...
PewDiePie.
Clickbait works, and there you go.
I mean, we can actually say that about PewDiePie now, because he's acknowledged that he uses clickbait. He says it works. Put some boobs in the thumbnail, bitch.
Boobs in the thumbnail, classic.
Boobs in the thumbnail or a pernus.
Boobs in your thumbnail, video 10 minutes, 2 seconds long. Just to get, because you can put more adverts in.
Ah.
If your video's under 10 minutes, you only allowed one pre-roll advert. Once you go over 10 minutes, you can put multiple adverts in. But YouTube always shaves a second off your video. So if you make it 10 minutes and 2 seconds, it'll drop down to 10 minutes 1 or 10 minutes on the nose. So the most likely thing is it'll go to 10 minutes 01. That counts as over 10 minutes. That's why you get people who do like 10 minutes and a few seconds all the time.
That explains that video that
Kim and Duncan did. They took the piss out of it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
did you notice what else was weird about that?
What else?
Their video was 10 minutes, 2 seconds.
I know, because they just sit there motionless for 3 minutes to drag it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Or you just use ad blocker. It still works.
Don't use ad blocker.
Use ad blocker on
Don't
everyone. Use it on us.
blocker.
We don't have any
Well, we
adverts,
don't
but
have
use it
any
on
ads.
us. Go on. Use it on us. Go on. We ain't got any. Got no adverts. It's free. Free
There's
time.
nothing to block.
We're literally the free view of the internet.
We are literally the preview of the...
We're like that shit channel on number 861 that no one watches, but we're still here. We're still doing it.
In public access television.
Fucking no like money or anything. It's self-funded. Been self-funded for like 3 years.
4 years now, mate.
4 years now.
4 years, so
4 years, son. And yet we're still here. Still making
Still
fucking
struggling.
crappy videos. Our videos are crappy.
Some of them are hilarious. I was watching... Because
Some videos are
obviously I have to watch everything back before I put it up, and I was
Yeah.
watching the last 2 Dirtcasts we did, which are going up soon. 81 and 82, I think.
Is that the one where I just stopped caring about building shit?
And it was actually pretty funny. I laughed. So
Do that.
Yeah.
I laughed at you.
I laughed at you.
Oh.
Because sometimes you do make me laugh.
Do I? Well, sometimes.
That's it. That's all you're getting. That's your compliment for the week, Velerious. Enjoy it. Roll around in that shit. Take it to the bank. Take it to church.
Take it to church. Throw it on the floor and butcher its family.
Wow.
Christian words. No one expects the Christians.
Let's not get into the big religious debate again.
Don't hurt us if you are offended by any messages in this TV broadcast.
The fart cloud is peace. Fart cloud is life. Right. Let's leave it there, Velerious. If you want to say bye-bye to everybody,
Bye-bye.
we'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.